Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Angus Robertson says he is very concerned over the investigation into the party. Well, I must say that if anyone would be concerned, it would be Angus Robertson. He's not known as Airmiles Angus for nothing. And of course, he got that extra £33,000 bung for doing his job. That is definitely going to come up under scrutiny. So yes, Angus, I can see why you're concerned. You may be joining others in that cell. Let's have a look at this article. So, SNP Minister Angus Robertson is concerned as anybody over police investigation into party. Robertson, the Constitution Secretary, defended a secret deal that saw him paid an extra £33,000 a year while leader of the SNP group at Westminster. This is from the party that claims it is open and transparent, and they had to do secret deals about dropping him an extra £33,000 that they didn't give to anyone else. It's hard to make ends meet on £65,000 a year, isn't it, Angus? Angus Robertson has said he is concerned as anybody about the future of the SNP amid an ongoing police investigation into the party. Well, I would be very concerned if I was him. The party may not even have a future. It has still not got audited accounts. It's still not got auditors to audit those accounts. Time is running out and money is running out even quicker. And of course it doesn't help when whatever money you've got, you're having to wrap up in little brown paper envelopes and shove into the back pocket of the likes of Angus Robertson. The veteran nationalist claimed today, "It grieves me to see the reporting and arrests of people that I know." Well, it doesn't grieve you that they're doing wrong. It just grieves you to see that it's being reported on. Is that what you're saying, Angus? Because you'd like it to be behind closed doors, or preferably not done at all, because you know what they've done and you don't like the fact that it's out in the open now, or the fact that they may be coming for you next. Who knows? Police Scotland launched Operation Branchform in 2021 to investigate how the SNP spent financial donations intended for an independence referendum campaign, and it has widened massively over now. Peter Murrell, blah blah blah. It's talking about him being arrested and released after questions. And the home he shares with his wife was also searched, as we all know. Speaking on BBC Radio Scotland today, Robertson was asked about the crisis facing the SNP. Crisis? What crisis? And I don't mean that in a way as Jim Callaghan 50 years ago. God, how old am I? But I don't mean it like the Jim Callaghan thing about coming back from his holiday and not even knowing what was going on. I mean, take your pick. He has got so many crises he's talking about. Is it the falling membership? Is it the internal fighting? Is it the missing money? Is it the police investigation? Is it the arrests? Is it the fact that Sturgeon hasn't been arrested yet? And you know that's got to come. How she hasn't been arrested, nobody knows. But there is, a lot of things going on. Anyway, it comes as the party continues to struggle to find a replacement auditor after a firm it previously relied on resigned last year after looking at the books and running to the hills. Because if auditors are running away from your books, it tells you how bad your books must be. Robertson said, "Well, I'm as concerned as anybody about the political party. I've been a member since I was 15 or 16. You can't remember when you joined, Angus. Dearie me, must be all that money swilling around in your back pocket, screwing up with your memory, isn't it? Although it's a very common occurrence, memory problems in the SNP. He says, "It grieves me to see the reporting and the arrests of people that I know." Yes, it doesn't grieve you that they've done wrong, though, does it? But what I do know, he said, is that we have a due and legal process in this country, which must annoy you somewhat. And we have the presumption of innocence before guilt. Not that you might get the impression of that from some of the media coverage that we've seen in recent weeks and months. Just because they're arrested doesn't mean they're guilty. And are you saying that people shouldn't have the right to report on who is being arrested and for what? I mean, are you wanting a complete clampdown on the freedom of the press? Oh, yes, that's exactly what you'd like, isn't it, Angus? He says, "So what I'm going to do is keep my counsel. I'm going to allow the police and prosecuting authorities to work out if any bar has been reached for any form of charges. Oh, I do hope they have, and I do hope they charge a lot more people. And they certainly must have a few questions to put to Angus Robertson." He says, I'll reserve judgment until that point. I doubt that. He can't help himself, can he? Robertson also defended a secret deal that saw him paid an extra $33,000 a year while leader of the SNP's Westminster group. He accepted the cash while in charge of the 56 MPs returned at the 2015 general election. I bet he appreciated the cash. Shoved that in his back pocket. I wonder if he declared it. The figure was based on the top-up given to a junior UK government minister at the time, which was a public figure. Asked why he didn't tell colleagues in the SNP at the time, he says, I'm not in the habit of discussing my pay with other colleagues, nor the fact that I was getting secret bungs behind their back. And I was certain I don't think that anyone should be creating an impression of any impropriety when there was absolutely none, he says. Well, there is an impression of impropriety because you kept it quiet. Nobody knew. It was secret. It was kept out and off the books. So you have to ask why. Well, we can all work out why, I think. Asked how concerned he was about the SNP's inability to find auditors, Robertson said, well, these are requirements the political parties and groups at Westminster need to fulfil. So obviously it is a challenge, and I know that colleagues are working very hard so they can abide by the auditing rules. Working hard means phoning up every single accountant in the books, trying to find one either desperate enough or stupid enough to take on the task of auditing the SNP. Not a task that any of them would relish, although one will eventually end up doing it, but only at the behest of the Electoral Commission, and they'll charge an awful lot of money to do it. And of course they don't report back to the SNP, they'll report back to the Electoral Commission. They are the ones funding it. And so I think any anomalies that they find will be of considerable interest, shall we say, to the Electoral Commission, and I think that's the point where charges may come, and that the party may even be disbarred from existing as a party if it's found to be failing to meet certain minimum standards, which I'm pretty sure it does. So yes, Angus Robertson, he is right to be concerned, but I think his concern is more for himself than the party. Anyway, I shall round off and come up. So he will go back to his constituency. I think he'll start packing his bags, and I think he knows that should he be arrested, should he be questioned, I think he knows his time is up. His days are truly numbered. But this could be said of the SNP in general. They're still not releasing the books. They're still not telling the truth. Nobody knows what's going on. Everything is behind closed doors, and the secrets are getting darker and tighter. But at least the cabal is slowly breaking up. They're slowly all going to be arrested, questioned. It should have happened already. And I just can't wait for the big one. And my God, as soon as that happens, don't you worry, I'll be on it. Anyway, thanks very much for listening. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please, please, please share the video. But definitely leave the like. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Stay way away from Angus Robertson, because when he goes to pieces, people will get hit by the shrapnel, and goodbye.